Heya Cryptozens, tonight's show, Ethereum Proof of Work Fork News. It's 10 p.m. Pacific time, the date is August 10th, 2022, and welcome back to the Crypto Overnighter. My name is Nick, and I'll be your host. The cover model, mascot, and co-host for this podcast is Tex, and together we take a nightly look at the crypto, NFT, and metaverse space and the industry that surrounds it. And keep in mind, nothing in this show should ever be considered financial advice. All of these kind of announcements remind me of old school elections, really old school, in the US anyway. And in the big cities, the newspapers would announce who they were endorsing. They still do it today, but it just doesn't mean as much as it did back then. If the paper you read endorsed a candidate, that meant something back then. New York Times supports so-and-so. The Washington Post supports so-and-so. That's kind of what this reminds me of. Newspapers picking candidates. And we'll talk about tonight. We have some groups of people choosing proof of work, and some are choosing proof of stake, and it feels a lot like they're picking political candidates to support. So last week, a movement arose. They're Ethereum enthusiasts who are not a fan of the merge, pushing Ethereum into the realm of proof of stake. They're quite happy with proof of work, thank you very much. So they're threatening to fork Ethereum. And so it came to pass that Chandler Guo has announced that proof of work version of Ethereum is coming soon. Now, Guo is a well-known crypto miner. Of course, such an announcement got a lot of attention. The coin hasn't even been mined yet, but it definitely has fans and detractors alike, and a price. So it looks like if the Ethereum merge takes place on September 19th, a fork to maintain that proof of work status will soon happen. Now, this isn't the first time Ethereum has been forked. In fact, it was one Chandler Guo who played a huge role in the creation of Ethereum Classic. So he's been down this road before. Now, there's a website. It's extolling the virtues of the presumably coming soon proof of work version. The website address is ethereumpow.org. At present, there is no white paper. And in fact, on the site, there is almost no information at all. Whois records, by the way, don't show who owns the site, just that it was purchased on July 31st. Now, Poloniex is backed by Tron's Justin Sun. They announced in a tweet that their trading platform will be supporting Ethereum Proof of Work, or ETHW. He sent the announcement to his 3.3 million followers. That announcement said, quote, "The Ethereum merge is expected to be in September 2022. Poloniex was the world's first exchange to list Ethereum, and now the first one to support potential forking of Ethereum with the listing of two potential forked Ethereum tokens, Ethereum S and Ethereum W." Which is kind of funny, because the first exchange to list Ethereum W is the first one to list Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic, by the way, has been doing quite well since the merge was announced. In fact, Classic had a bump in the hash rate for a while there. That could have been Ethereum miners testing the waters a bit, because they spent a lot of money on that mining equipment. At the time of writing, the global crypto market cap is $1.09 trillion. It's down 2.88%. The top 5 cryptos by market cap are Bitcoin down 2.75%, Ethereum down 4.1%, Tether, USDC, and Binance Coin up 2.2%. Well, the Ethereum Classic folks wrote that the community was welcoming Ethereum miners to the ecosystem. Barry Silbert tweeted, quote, "For what it's worth, our full support is behind Ethereum Proof of Stake, in addition to Ethereum Classic, and have zero intention to support any Ethereum Proof of Work fork. Ethereum miners should move to Ethereum Classic to maximize their revenue long term. Simple as that." Now, also, Huobi Global announced their plans to list Ethereum Wrap. They said, quote, "As long as the forked assets meet our security requirements, we will take the first move to support users to hold the assets and earn rewards. Trading services for those coins under the spotlight will be available as soon as possible per our rules after we get an overall picture of the user's opinions. So, buying ETHW from an exchange is not the only way to get it. If the proof of work chain splits off from Ethereum, it looks like anyone who's holding above a certain amount of Ethereum, they'll get an equal amount of Ethereum W. That said, some exchanges are getting in on this early. They've already started to list Ethereum W even though it hasn't launched yet. MEXC and Gate.io have listed ETHW for trades. Jay Howell is the CEO of OKX, and it sounds like they may list it. Jay tweeted, quote, "At OKX, we actively monitor and will support the Ethereum merge. Potential Ethereum hard forks may emerge when the network's upgrade takes effect. We will evaluate and list the newly forked coins if there is sufficient demand." Now that it's been listed, how's it doing? Well, it debuted on Poloniex and MEXC Global yesterday. It opened at around $30 each. Later that day, it would go on to rally 333% to $130. Then, of course, it corrected down to $100. Right now, Poloniex, Gate.io, and MEXC are the only ones I found listing it. Ethereum W has fallen to $83.76 at the time of writing. That's a nearly 17% drop on the day. Solid volume, though, but you can see that interest is falling a bit. Stablecoins do not seem to be a big fan of the proof-of-work version. Circle is the issuer of USDC, and they have clearly stated that they're only supporting one version of Ethereum after the merge. The team at Circle said, quote, "USDC is an Ethereum asset that can only exist as a single valid version." And I can see that. It would certainly confuse some folks. And so it came to pass that Circle pledged to support the proof-of-stake version of Ethereum after the merge. It's their view that this merge is an important event in scaling Ethereum. In an announcement, they wrote, quote, "USDC has become a core building block for Ethereum DeFi innovation. It has facilitated the adoption of L2 solutions and helped broaden the set of use cases that today rely on Ethereum's vast suite of capabilities. We understand the responsibility we have for the Ethereum ecosystem and businesses, developers, and end users that depend on USDC, and we intend to do the right thing." Now, USDC is a massive player in the space, especially for Ethereum. They've got over $45 billion in market cap. That's what makes them the largest dollar-backed stablecoin on Ethereum. So for them to say that they're not supporting the proof-of-work effort, that has got to hurt. And Circle certainly sounds confident that the merge will not be a problem. They wrote, quote, "We do not anticipate disruptions to USDC on-chain capabilities, nor to our fully automated issuance and redemption services. Circle's testing environment is connected to the Gurley Ethereum testnet, and we will closely monitor it as it merges with Prater in the coming days." And Tether too, they put out an announcement today that they were supporting the proof-of-stake version. In their announcement, they say, quote, "Tether believes that in order to avoid any disruption to the community, especially when using our tokens in DeFi projects and platforms, it's important that the transition to proof-of-stake is not weaponized to cause confusion and harm within the ecosystem." And then they go on to say that they'll be monitoring the process of the merge and will fully support proof-of-stake Ethereum. And they mentioned the long-term health of DeFi and their platforms. The global NFT market cap is up 18.83%. Sales volume is also up 2.15% in 24. According to CoinMarketCap, the top 5 NFT collections by sales volume are Moonbirds, followed by Bored Apes, CryptoPunks, Mutant Apes, and Otherdeed. Now keep in mind, some of these collections have very volatile prices, so do your own research. It seems to me that this gives stablecoins a lot of power. Stablecoins are already very important, especially for DeFi. I can see them kind of acting as kingmakers in the future. Choosing which fork they will and won't support could influence what forks are and are not accepted by general users. FTX, they too made an announcement. They revealed that they have no intent to halt or settle Ethereum futures before the merge happens. In an announcement today, they said that they're just going to continue to track on through and that their futures and perpetuals contracts will move over and track the proof of stake version after the merge. They said, quote, "We will do our best to support continuous trading." Now, in the meantime, the girly merge is set to happen in less than 48 hours. This is a test merge that will happen on August 11th. That's when the girly Praetor merge is supposed to happen. And that's because they activated the final step, Bellatrix, which triggered the Praetor upgrade. That happened on August 4th. Now, Justin Sun, he wants this ETHW thing to happen. Not only is his exchange already listing it, it looks like he is going to donate some funds to the cause. He tweeted, quote, "We have more than 1 million ETH. If Ethereum hard fork succeeds, we will donate some forked Ethereum W to ETHW community and developers to build Ethereum ecosystem." Personally, I don't think this proof of work thing is going to work. There's no need for it, for one thing. We already have a proof of work Ethereum. That's called Ethereum Classic. The Ethereum Classic Cooperative put out an open letter, and in it they explain why the new fork won't work. They said, quote, "At the time of the Ethereum Classic chain split, Ethereum Classic was the simplest thing in the world to do. Just keep mining. Just keep running the same client software. It was a zero effort thing to do. The hard coordination work was all on the pro fork side." Now, something to keep in mind. If they're going to fork Ethereum, that is a huge undertaking. First off, they've got 4 different code bases that they've got to fork. And then they're going to have to go through the Ethereum logic to find all the places where they change things in anticipation of the merge. That's years of code that the Ethereum Foundation has been updating over time. And then they're going to have to tackle the difficulty bomb. And on top of that, they're going to have to put out new mining software and get the miners to use it. And not just miners, wallet providers, exchanges, node operators. They're all going to have to be convinced to come along. The Ethereum Classic Cooperative said, quote, "At the time of the Ethereum Classic split, there was no DeFi or custodial stablecoins, so nothing really broke. Now, most of the value on Ethereum is in the form of tokens, just not the native Ether. So the new chain will be pretty useless to Ethereum users. Now, personally, I don't see that token doing well. It's going to come out with a lot of hype. Some people are going to make silly money selling the airdrop, and then it's going to go to zero because there's no reason for it. Like I said, we've already got Ethereum Classic. Mining pool giant Antpool and its CEO, Leon Liu, recently announced $10 million to support the Ethereum Classic ecosystem. They commit further investments to the projects. And that's going to do it for us tonight. I want to thank you, my listeners, because when you stop listening, I will stop talking. Take care of yourselves, but make sure to take care of each other too. We'll see you tomorrow night.